Yo everyone, it's me Zil. Today I'm sharing you my beginner experience playing a part of Exile 2. Now, I've heard about the hype of this game. Just want to take a look, and I'm completely addicted. Um, I've played over 100 hours just playing this game, and yeah. Without further ado, I'm gonna share you my experience, and let's get into it. Now, I'm gonna say that this game was like so amazing. I think this is probably one of the I'd say like one of the best live service game that I've played so far. Now, just give you a bit of a background. It's been a while since I actually played an ARPG. I think the last ARPG that I played was Diablo 1. But that's not the first one. I played Divine Divinity first because my mom just wouldn't let me buy Diablo because of the name. Now that was like back then, so I started with Divine Divinity, and then I played Diablo on a computer cafe because I have that game on their PC back there, and then after that I just didn't play anything. I just didn't play any ARPG. I was completely into MOBA. I mean, I play action RPG, but not this isometric thing with Diablo. I just can completely like play a third-person one, like Tales of Arise and stuff like that. But anyway, so I'm just gonna tell you what I feel about the game, what I like, what I don't like about this game, basically. And we can start with onboarding experience. I think the onboarding experience in this game, it's amazing. Uh, Now, I have not seen Path of Exile, the first Path of Exile, but from what I heard, um, that game is much harder to get into as a beginner. So I can't really speak my experience on that. That's just what I hear. It's on them, but I'm gonna tell you what I actually feel about this game. I'm gonna give you an experience of what I mean by here. So if you actually go, I actually have a gem here. So okay, if you try to get one of the abilities, like we can right click, like you would see like looks overwhelming, right? Like there's a lot of choices, all that. But what I like also about this one is they separated the abilities based on the weapon that you used. So it's much easier to pick it. It's very hard for you to get the wrong ability. And not only that, you also get to play there
Fragmentation rounds
the
pierce
video for
through
it,
enemies. Frozen enemies will shatter in an icy explosion.
right?
This is an ammo
So
skill.
first off, this one,
Use it to charge your bolts, then use basic attack to fire.
yeah. So you can basically like hover your mouse, select the skill,
Explosive shot can
and
be
it plays
used
it
to
for you,
detonate grenades before their fuse is expired.
right? Now this is what you have the ability. But what if you want to take a look at some other weapon ability, but you don't have you don't have the weapon equipped? So what you can actually do is you just have to press Alt and then just hover your mouse. This
Sniper's
one.
mark will make an enemy.
There's something with not boring about this one, right?
Spiral volley spins around while firing a volley of arrows in all directions.
So not
aiming at
only
enemies
shows you
if
the
possible.
ability itself,
If you have any frenzy charges,
you also get to see what kind of this is like gonna be in depth. I wanna go in depth with it, but basically if you hover also your mouse here, you can see what kind of I won't say ability, what kind of tag that they have, and if you're trying to look to increase the damage of your of this ability, or you wanna add something. If you go to your passive tree, which is huge. I know it looks overwhelming when I first saw it, but when I actually hover them, it's completely easy to understand. Like projectile damage. So basically, all projectile skills that you have, you're just gonna get damage out of it, right? So it's so simple to understand. I mean, there might be some like advanced um, things that you might have to get into, but generally, like you just hover, increase your attack speed, increase your accuracy, increase your dexterity. Let's see, I have specific one here. This one, for example, crossbow. Hover out your crossbow. Crossbow are 200 range weapons. that requires second dexterity. And so that means if you actually check that your crossbow is a two-handed, you actually get to see that there's some tree here that increases two-handed weapons. I think increases the damage for two-handed weapons. So I thought it was so easy to understand, easy to onboard. You don't have to get, you might not have the best build, but at least you get the gist of what you're getting into, right? Okay, so enough of that. Gameplay itself. The WSD movement, I think it's fantastic. Like, you can basically shoot. You can basically shoot. You can basically shoot while walking backwards, and I thought it was like a cool thing. Like, you can basically kite enemies into not hitting you. So, because I feel like if I play this like with a mouse click while in range, I feel like it's gonna be a little more clunkier, especially the fact like my class itself, mercenary. Now, I picked mercenary because I thought it was cool. I saw the trailer for it. He was shooting a gun, something like this. I thought it was cool. Okay, so I think this applies to all classes where you can basically attack while walking backwards. And I thought to myself, okay, that's amazing, right? Now, I want to talk. I want to talk more about the campaign itself. I think the campaign itself, it's amazing. Like the environment itself, the way they tell us. Or no, I would say though, I would say like the story itself, I think it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've heard so far, but the way they present it to you, I think that's what makes the immersion in the story amazing. You're immersed in the story, the depth around surrounding it, this, like how they present, how they present the story itself. I think that's what matters the most. I guess if you present an okay story, most of the time most people would usually accept it, right? I think that's just my opinion. I thought that was like the case for this game. Right. So yeah, I mean that's all I could say about the gameplay. I mean it's much harder for me if I just explain the movement itself, because I think it's much better for you to just play the game. Because I mean my opinion would be, my experience would be a lot different than what might you experience, right? So yeah, I'm gonna make some sort of like a beginner build that I've been running for the longest time, running myself with maps and no, I'm gonna get into maps in just a second. But basically this is like how I play. It's basically like a shooter game. Like you're an isometric shooter game. I think that's how I feel about my class, the class that I play. And, you just shoot. Oh, sorry. Basically my combo would be like fire this ice wall thing, and then fire this artillery, and then if there's some enemies that like I missed, I just use this one, or I just basically use this one. I mean, not the most optimal build, but that works for me. I'm gonna make a video on this, explain what my reasonings for this build, and then just let me know in the comment section if you think if there's something I can improve my build. But anyway, summary, the gameplay is amazing. I think it's very smooth. Dodge roll thing, I mean, it's great. It's fun to play. It's very addictive. I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, I already have like over 100 hours playing this game. It's crazy. And yeah. So now, this is where my criticism begins. And the end game section of the map. Now I might piss some people off here. Now before I start doing that, I did enter end game with the stats. It's my stats. I capped my resistance to 75 on cold, 75 on lightning, almost capped on chaos. I'm not sure if I have enough life right now, but that's all I can get right now. Basically building armor and evasion. Now I've watched a video where the armor is actually less effective. But so far, having armor myself, it saved me a lot. It saved me a lot. Right now, it's just saved me a lot, especially for those bosses with big slams. I mean, I'm almost on the brink of getting one shot, but I'm not getting one shot completely. I'm just like on the brink of it. Like every time I receive a slam, I'm almost like on the sliver of health. So I'm not sure how effective armor would be, but I could just believe that armor. I mean, there's better players than I do. I'm a beginner myself, and I believe that maybe armor wasn't just as effective. But for right now, this is my build. It's gonna be expensive for me to swap it out. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into the my criticism with the end game. I think the end game's a bit repetitive. I spend most of my time killing white mobs. There's not enough bosses in maps where I mean I that's the most enjoyable part of the game, really, like killing bosses. I thought the bosses here were really cool. Like that's the most challenge that I get. I'm gonna tell you what I mostly die, but right now I'm just gonna tell you that I think the punishment for death in this game, in maps, basically, in the end game itself, I think it's quite punishing. Like not only you loses the map affinities, you loses your waystone, you also loses your experience, which is quite already punchy. The experience is quite punchy because it usually takes like a couple of hours to just get some XP. Just for you to get some level up. And I thought, I mean, I already lose my map affinities and my waystone. Why do I have to lose my XP? And I thought to myself, every time like that happens, like it kind of sucks. Kind of sucks for me. So what ended up happening is I run my maps a little slower now. Basically, okay, I'm gonna tell you my most common common causes of deaths for me is on death effects. From rare maps. You know when you try to pick up some loots from rare bosses and suddenly they just explode. Yeah, that's my most common cause of death in my earlier parts of the map, like probably like tier 13 or something. Like whenever like it happens to me, it kind of sucks. And I thought like on death effects kind of sucks though. I'm gonna be real with you. It's like there's not nothing fun about it. I'm not sure if that's GG's grinding gear game's way of punishing player for playing too fast or something, but I mean that's my common cause of death really. Second common is like me just being negligent, like rushing in, not knowing the rare monsters modifier. I just get slapped by a lightning bolt. But that's that's like my own issue. But the on death effects is kind of the most annoying thing in this game. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's just my a criticism of the end game itself. Next one, crafting itself. This might be I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I want to say it's a controversial thing, to say, but I'm gonna show you something. Right now, currently, I have 232 Exile orbs, 2 Divine orbs. Basically, yeah, man, a good amount. I guess I would say a good amount of currency. Not, I don't have like I'm not like super rich on this. Somebody mentioned crafting itself, and I feel like crafting in this game, they feel okay, this is just for my gacha gamer viewers. They felt like gambling slash rolling echo substats or rolling relics. So it doesn't feel like you're actually crafting gear. You're basically rolling some stats, which essentially felt like I'm not sure if this is how crafting goes in this games. I thought it would be much different than the games that I played, like gacha games. But it felt like similar to gacha games. Whenever you're trying to roll for relics and stuff like that. Like for example, I'll give you an example. Let's see if I buy something here. If I buy here, right? Let's see if we can get something good. Let's see. let's try this one. Let's try this one. You know, let's try this one. Maybe we can get roll here. No, actually, no, I don't want that. I mean something good though. At least something that I probably much more willing to keep. Uh, and this all sucks though. My uh my store hasn't been reset for a while. I mean, I've been leveling for a while and I haven't seen any resets on my store yet. So I always tell to myself, what am I missing here? Let me see. Man, this all sucks though. What about this one? Okay, what about this one, right? So for example, basic crafting works like this, right? In PoE. Basically, let's say I already have a white equipment, right? Just pretend I have a white equipment. So basically, you're gonna use your transmutation here to basically just upgrade your normal item to a magic item. So that's basically the blue thing here. Just basically right click it, dump one in here, and then you're gonna use your orb augmentation to basically get a random stats as you may like, right? And then if you like, for example, you like the stat you got, you basically have to use Regal Orb to basically turn your blue item into a yellow item. So basically this is something like this. I'm gonna use it, right? And yeah, so you're basically rolling for like numerous stats, like hoping that you can get what you want, right? And I felt like it's not that different from the games that I played. So you're just basically rolling substats for our gacha gamers, and for people who doesn't play gacha games, it felt like gambling. So really, what I'm trying to get in here is, it seems like GGG wants you to trade instead. It seems like there's more value in doing trading. You get way better gear when trading. You basically basically the economy is just trading. And sure, maybe you get some items that you like by crafting it yourself. But it seems like the incentive here is to just like collect your currencies, right? Collect your currencies, get your currencies, and basically like go shopping. Basically go to a trading site, go shopping, look for what you want there, and then that's how you actually get the most of your gear. Now that's different for SSF. That's a different thing. I'm just talking about the standard league, where you can actually trade. You know, you can buy equipments on the trading website. So it doesn't feel rewarding to craft. That's what I'm trying to get here, and it's much better if you just save up your exalts, do trading, and in fact, most of the time, I actually use my transfer and my regal to juice up my waystones. 90% of what I do on my currency is actually to juice up my waystones, really, and I get way more value doing that, because juiced up waystone, I actually get exiles. Actually pretty good drop though. There's some I've heard that some people they have like a terrible exile drop. I have not experienced that yet. I mean, if I juiced up my waystone, I usually get sometimes like one exile, like two exiles. I'm getting a good amount of exiles myself. I mean, it's evident on this one exile like 232. I basically just like keep it right now. I'm planning to use that for trading. There's no really incentive on like crafting yourself. Maybe if there's like something I really like, maybe I'll do it. Or maybe I picked up something on trading site where there's a couple missing stats. I mean, that's the only time I actually use my exiles. Really, is the currency itself has become an actual currency. Now, whether you think that's a good thing or bad thing, it's up to you. I just have a mixed feeling about it. Cause you know, it felt like more like gambling than crafting. So yeah, I already said that points many times. But before I end my video here, I'm gonna showcase my build next time on my next video. See what you think of it. This is just a beginner build. This is what works for me. I'm just saying you ahead of time. Just let me know if there's some I can optimize my build on that. So yeah, if you watch all the way through on this one, I would like to thank you for keeping up with me. And yeah, so once again, thank you guys for watching my video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, follow my Twitch at Zillborn, and yeah, I'll see you guys on my stream. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Peace.